Hey guys, we are back from California. We did the DIY Life Expo today, and Jamie is over hiding on the off camera.
I'm coming.
Here, put your hand across so they can see you. She's right there.
I put my face in there. They saw me.
She's painting a little bit. She's trying to get a board white so we can show you some cool stamps.
We're not painting it white.
Oh.
Painting it farm fresh.
She's painting a board farm fresh in DIY paint. So we're back. California was kind of a whirlwind, lots of fun. We met a lot of really awesome people and we learned some really cool new tricks and things that we're going to be showing you some of tonight. We've got some fun new stamps from IOD that arrived while we were gone in California. And Jamie has a very small thrift store haul that she got while right before, like the day we were leaving, she was there.
I just happened to be in a thrift store because we've been de-junking and I had a whole bag of stuff to donate. I think it was probably stuff from when we cleaned out the closet, the craft closet. And I was like, you know what? If I don't hit the thrift store right now, we are going to have no time when we get back from California.
Yeah, and
so I had the kids with me, so I didn't get a lot of stuff, but I got a few things because I knew I would need something to show you guys.
Well,
so
and the boys always want to hit the old busted toy aisle, and they find treasures in there that they have to have and can't live without.
For sure. No, we wound up with a Batman tower toy and a Nerf gun.
Nice.
But you know what? It was like $4 and they were so happy. So it was worth it.
So this thing here was tall enough that it would not fit in the picture when I was taking the thumbnail picture. So I'm going to show you that first. Jamie found this and she sent me a picture. She's like, oh my goodness, look what I found.
I was so excited. It's solid wood and it's probably from like the 40s-ish. I don't know.
All right, I'm going to bring it around front
older.
And do like a pan up and down of it because it won't fit in frame.
It's too big.
It's taller than I am by about 6 or 7 inches.
Hey, hold on. Don't show it to them. See if they can guess what it is.
All right. What do you guys think it is real quick?
I think that you might be showing them too much. What do you guys think this is, this tall piece that Zeb's going to show you?
Maybe they got too much to see. All right. We're just going to go for it. All right. So it is really narrow. It's got dust on it. It's been in the garage too long already. It is super tall and skinny.
But it's a clock.
They all guessed. They all knew it was a clock.
It's a clock.
But just to give you an idea of how tall this thing is, look at that. It's I would say 6'8", 6'9", somewhere in there. It's tall. I haven't put a measuring tape on it yet. But that was only $15. It's all wood. The face of it opens up right here.
All right, I'm gonna have to mention there are fireworks going on. Zeb said not to talk about it, but it's loud. There's fireworks going on.
So it's got like I think this hand on the clock is broken. It's probably supposed to be longer, but that's all right. It'll still tell time just fine. It takes like a C battery or something like that, but pretty fun piece. I'm gonna move it back because it stands up, but you can see it's got a little bit of wobble.
Because it's just so tall.
It's really skinny.
I've never seen anything like it, like how skinny and tall it is.
But it's cool. We like it a lot. It's got a ton of really great detail on it.
I would say resale on that is probably somewhere around $125 because it's really unique and it would fit great in a, somebody wants a big clock but they don't have a lot of width. It's nice and narrow for that.
I'm going to put that back here and lean it back.
All right, my board is drying so we can finish the rest of this. I might have to bring the blow dryer out. I painted the board with Farm Fresh using my Paint Pixie.
All right, so you guys can see me. So she picked up these apple baskets. They were $2 a piece. Great for fall decor. Works for winter too if you're doing some sort of holiday thing around Thanksgiving or even Christmas. You want to tell them your theory about Thanksgiving and Christmas overlapping?
Well, I always get a lot of grief about people saying, well, you forget about Thanksgiving or whatever, but I kind of feel like Christmas, it's okay to start decorating and getting ready for Christmas in November because, in Christmas time, you want to be thankful. So there's no harm in starting out celebrating Jesus' birth in November, taking a pause to be thankful for it, and then going right on into Christmas. So that's where we're at. So we are definitely going to have dedicated day to Thanksgiving. But for us, Christmas is not all like commercial. For us, it's about giving and service. We usually have some community things that we do, and
we like to find trees that have like those little tags of kids that need help or families that need help, and we'll take the kids out and go shopping for those or make something for that. So it's a fun holiday season for us. We really love this time of year.
So I start with my Christmas November. Start getting things up, and then also the nice thing is, decorating takes me a minute, because especially this year because they're doing handmade. So if I work on it all through November, by the time Christmas season starts after Thanksgiving, I'm usually done with decorating. I'm done with shopping, and we just enjoy family. We go out and do all kinds of look at the lights and all the Christmas things, and we just enjoy the season, and I think it's really fun. So
yeah. So what would you do with these baskets for Christmas? Would you paint them at all, or would you put something in them?
I think they would be really darling just painted red, just like a bright Christmas red. I love red and white for Christmas, but I was thinking it would also be really sweet to stain them and do like white pine cones in them. You could also stage them with some fun like Christmas logs in them to like put next to your fireplace, like a log basket. So I think they're really cute, and I think that you could probably even maybe stamp them. Would be cute.
Oh, you're gonna challenge me to try to stamp these?
Can you stamp the basket?
Is that a stamping challenge?
Challenge accepted. Zeb is like the stamping king. We were at IOD training on Thursday and Friday, and he was enjoying all the stamping. I think he was more excited than I was.
They have some really cool stamps that we just got. We got them while we were in California. We've had them on order forever, and they're finally getting them out of production out to the retailers. So you guys should start seeing these. And some of ours have been up for pre-order.
Yeah, so a lot of our stamps have sold, but we've reordered them. As of right now, all of our stamps are in stock. I think a few of them are low, but if for some reason they sell out, we will order more and get them in. So don't worry.
They've got a good stock of them now. They were barely coming out with these designs.
If there's something you want, for sure get it, because sometimes there is a little bit of a delay, and we want to make sure you get those stamps as soon as possible. But they are fun because they are super unique, not like anything else. All right, next item.
So we have this little church that's already decked out with snow. It was $2, just porcelain.
So I'm going to spray it white, just like we're doing. So right now, I'm really hoping to get like a big set of like the Christmas houses and spray them all white and do a wet distress and have like a white Christmas village in the shop. But I'm also doing the stocking hangers white too. And I think it would also be cute. Wouldn't it be cute to do like an apothecary Christmas village? Like
that would be cool.
Green. Because I really feel like your Christmas decor shouldn't be like, bam, here's Christmas. I went to the store and bought everything they had on the aisle. I feel like Christmas, the colors and the style and the feeling should fit with your existing decor. So by taking some traditional Christmas things like Christmas house or stocking holders and painting them to match your decor, you can kind of tie it all in together. That's just me.
Well, and we don't always do traditional colors on any season, really.
I do a lot of red and green at Christmas, but because my house is so neutral, I can do red and green and it doesn't clash.
Yeah, we don't have
I don't decorate for Halloween in purple and orange. That doesn't happen here. We do fall.
We do fall
I can't
decorations.
do purple and orange.
So, all right. I wasn't with her when she picked this up. We've got this plaster horse.
I don't know what happened. Like half got painted, half didn't, and it's not super great. But it would be very great painted red or green for Christmas because
here's the thing. It was probably like one of those make and take porcelain stores. They had it precast and someone went and painted it. It says To Grandma by Billy. It's not. So this is interesting. There's a date on here, 1946.
Oh, I knew it was older.
So this is, that got blurry when I got close. So this is old. It's actually old. So that's actually pretty cool.
And it was only $1, and so it could go red or green, or it could just be painted like apothecary. I actually love anything equestrian because it's kind of hard to find when I'm out junking, so I had to have that for $1.
It's got these stars all along here and the harness. Can we paint those gold?
Well, yeah, Yeah, you can do whatever you want. It was $1. You can't mess it up. If you don't like it, you just repaint it. It's no big deal. All right, this is like a big bean bucket from food storage.
This is from whatever was in here expired January 29th, 77, or that's when they put it in.
So we know it's at least from 1977. I love these metal tins because they look really great, painted, stenciled. The sides have these big flat sides, so you actually could do like chalkboards on the sides and do some really fun chalk art, which we're not doing tonight, but we did learn how to use the IOD erasable chalk, which we have in stock if you're interested in erasable chalk, and you can use the stamps and stamp with them, and then you can change them out seasonally by just wiping them off. We're gonna give you guys some tips and tricks on how to get your chalkboard so that way they just wipe off with the erasable.
Yeah, we'll probably have an entire video on just that because it was really cool. We've been doing our chalkboards with white paint on them. And
they're faux chalkboards, but we're gonna make some real ones that can wipe off. But I thought this would be a good use for that. So you might see this in a future video. I think I'm gonna hold out and make it into a chalkboard.
Okay, so we've got, this is cedar.
It's a mini Lane cedar chest. Like it says Lane inside.
It's $1.50. It's probably gonna be backwards, and it got blurry because I got close. I'm sorry. I'm gonna stop getting so close. The camera can't handle it. So, but it's probably for jewelry or something originally, but it's just cool.
Somebody said Tears for Billy. I don't know, is that the guy?
Tears for Billy?
Go bad for Billy?
I don't know, because his grandma from 1946 gave this up.
Oh, because he was in the hospital.
Oh.
It says to grandma, something hospital, Billy in, hold on, let me remove this.
We got to get rid of the sticker so
it's
we can
like
read
we're
it
detectives. All. In Carniole, date May 18th, 1946. So grandma was in the hospital. To grandma in the hospital.
It looks like it was for grandma that was in the hospital.
So grandma was in the hospital and Billy gave it to her in 1946 in Carniole. I don't know where that is. So I thought it was pretty sweet.
So we're going to give it new life and save it from the thrift store. All right, what are we going to do with this?
Paint it.
How much was it all? Oh, it's $3.
It was $6.99 at Savers. Show them. Somebody took it to Savers. Nobody bought it, or they bought it and never did anything. So then it wound up at a different thrift store, the DI, where we shop, and we got it for $3. It's pretty big.
Let me see if I can get it to not be blurry. There we go. So, and what are you gonna put in there?
Flour. So I had the hiccups. Or I might just paint it and put it on the wall empty. I'm sure people can, figure out the flowers growing in it.
All right.
We got one last one. I think we've already shown them this basket, but you said no, so I can't remember when I bought this.
If this is a double basket dip.
Yeah, if we've already shown you this basket.
This one I don't think we have because I would have discussed that it needs a repair. The bottom is it's all wood. It's like bamboo. The bottom's coming out. But this one was $2. And it's got a unique construction there. It's all bamboo, and then the bottom is, I don't know, it's the wood is shifted, so I probably will have to put a new bottom in that.
Oh, they said they haven't seen it, so.
I didn't think they had.
Kim says she got a spray gun at Harbor Freight. Let's do the spray gun dance.
All right.
This is gonna be Kim spraying all the furniture. All right, that was a really bad dance. I'm sorry, I'm tired. It's been a long week. For those of you that don't follow us on social media, we left very early Wednesday morning for California. We went straight to the beach. We went live as soon as we got to California. Then we picked up a piece of furniture. Then we went and taught a class. Then we did 2 days of training. We flew back home super late last night. Got up early this morning for a football game. Got home and went to the expo center at Sandy and did some meet and greets and did a class. And then as soon as we got home, we promised the kids dinner. So we took them to a fancy dinner where Seb had mole.
It wasn't that it was
bad.
It was probably delicious, but I was really hungry, like steak and potatoes hungry.
Then why did you order mole? You should have steak tacos like me.
Because I've had mole before and it did not taste like that. So I was like, all right, it'll be all right. And I don't want to throw them under the bus. Their mole is probably delicious. There's just way too much of it on what I was eating, and I was not ready for it. I was not ready for it.
Jamie W says, did they win the game? It's actually been a rough week at the house. both of them, Harrington lost his playoff game on Friday that we knew we were going to miss. Redrick, who has been undefeated the entire season.
And they beat this team
And they've
today.
already beat the team they were playing in the championship game. They lost in their championship game today. And then my daughter, who's been working really hard, she stopped dancing and she's decided to take up basketball. She didn't make the basketball team. So it's been a rough week at this.
But she was good enough, they invited her to practice with her, like be on the practice squad. So
yeah, so that's an update on our kids. So we felt like they deserved dinner and dessert. So we took them to dinner and then we went out and got cookies at this place called Swig because we really like their cookies. So
their cookies are delicious.
It happens. It was a good life lesson for Redrick because he hadn't ever lost the whole season. And it was also a good life lesson for Eliza because she's actually like amazing at everything she does. So it's good.
Well, she comes from a competition dance team that was getting like, what is it called when they
when Eliza did competitive dance, and she danced since she was 2 years old, when she started doing competition, she was 4, and her dance team won best all around every year at every competition since she was like 4 years old.
Yeah.
So it's, it's a different experience. It's okay. I'm going to show them what I learned at
Oh yeah, show them the stuff and then I'll show them what we use to get these looks.
So you might have seen this on social media.
Bring it up close.
This is painted with apothecary, and then we did white transfer, and then we put a floral transfer over it. Now they're much bigger. These are just a section. We cut them up for training purposes. And then we use the distressed stamp in the same color as the base coat over the top, so it looks like it's distressed, but really it's just the same paint over the transfers. So this is what the stamp looks like, and we're actually going to demonstrate this stamp in a little bit. And it just distresses your piece without having to like sand it. So as soon as my paint dries over here, I'm going to show you that. This is the first.
Let me show you on the back. There's a good picture of what this stamp can achieve. On the, you see this dresser?
That's a different color. I like it if you put something over it and then put the base coat in the distress stamp. So that one's kind of fun.
So.
Oh, just to make you jealous, Seb, this is from Diane. I had steak and potatoes at Maddox tonight. Is Maddox good? Do we need to come up and visit you and go out to eat? Diane lives locally, so we should go out to dinner. That sounds good.
All right.
All right, so this is funny. We did paintable transfers, and this is one we already have. This is the Harrison and Stores transfer, and it's the same as the other ones, except for when you put a coat of sealer over the top, then you can actually kind of paint over it. And I'll show you. I want you guys to guess which one was Zeb's and which one was mine. So can you guess which one Zeb did, and can you guess which one I did?
That's not even hard.
Yeah, I was like, and who was done first? I was done in like 3 seconds, and it's funny because Debbie was doing it like Zeb, taking all this time, and I did this one super fast, and she's like, how did you do that?
So something cool about this is like a crayon that you can just put on there, and then you take like a wet brush and you can blend it. We're gonna start carrying these.
Yeah.
Because like right now, I had like a smear from putting it in the suitcase. And so I wiped that off, and then I came back in and I was still able to activate it like 3 days later.
So all this is a black and white transfer. We sealed over the transfer and then we painted it. And there's a whole new line of these coming out. They're available for pre-order. This one is Harrison and Stores and is actually available to purchase now, but the other ones are all available for pre-order.
So when I put this on, even the rose and the leaf part was all just white and black, like this is here, and then I added the color in. So. And
I just took the crayon and went like this, and then I got it wet, and then I let it drip, and then I took a paper towel and I blotted it, and it looked like this, which I actually really love. I love Zeb's too, but mine's a little more abstract. I don't have patience for coloring in the lines. All right, so the last but not least, we'll show them this first. We're gonna show you paper clay first and the mold that we have in stock. We have molds coming out between now and December. They're gonna just be slowly released. Everything's available for pre-order, but this mold with the cherubs, I know how some of you love them. Some of you don't, but these are the cherubs. We're gonna show you how to use that, and then we're gonna show you all the new stamps, and hopefully this will be dry and we can demo some of the stamps.
Yep.
So let me show you, let me get close. This is dark glaze over the top of pink, but this is from this mold set. And this is also from this mold set. And this is all paper clay. So you can use paper clay or resin in these molds. You guys have seen us use resin before, but not paper clay. So let me poke this down a little.
Here, I'll do it. I'll do it.
Okay.
I'll do it.
And I wanted you to see this because we're not actually going to paint the paper clay right now because we don't have time for it, but I wanted you to see what it would look like. And can you imagine it on furniture? And we have a whole ton of decorative molds coming out. It's just this cherub mold is the only one we have available right now. And they are probably one of the hottest IOD items that people have been waiting for. IOD also, woo! I didn't know it was open. IOD also came out with their own paper clay.
Yeah, I'm just gonna work over here on the corner, which is why I'm rolling this up.
What are you doing?
I want the thing.
You want to do it.
Yeah, I'm gonna do it.
But you didn't do it in class, so how do you know how to do it?
Because I watched them in class.
Well, you need to poke that camera
All
down.
right. Oops, I forgot. Camera's coming down.
You need to, yeah. So
I'm gonna bring you in close.
we're gonna come in close because we want you guys to really learn how to use these. So here it is. You've got the cherubs. These are mirror images. These cherubs. So you can actually. We made ornaments doing both sides and putting the string in the middle and using resin. And then there's some flowers, big cherub, little flower, and like a little leaf that comes in. And these are actually bigger than the IOD molds used to be. All of them are this size, and it's fun because they all have a variety of things you can mold. They're also food safe, so you can use these molds to make chocolates, or you can use these molds to do fondant, to do cake decorating, so they are multi-use.
All right, so I've got a couple pieces of the paper clay. It's a lot like plaster that's starting to set up a little bit.
Yeah, and it's dry, it's not wet, which makes it so much easier to work with. Here's the deal. You put that, it comes with a Ziploc bag.
I need more than that though.
Yeah, pick out how much you need and then you gotta put it up. While you're working with it, whatever you're not using, you need to put it up. Are you gonna make, okay.
I'm gonna do both sides.
Oh.
So show them how to do this.
Essential Stencils should have their Christmas stencils out, at least some of them by the end of October. I actually told them that was kind of late, but they're working on it. But we do have on our website the Christmas truck stencil on our website on jamirayvintage.com. It is very darling, and we're hoping to be able to demo that soon. We have
It'll probably be a video this week sometime because we're gonna do several days of handmade crafts where that's like all we're doing is crafts for Christmas that are coming up, so that you guys are ready by the time you're ready to do your craft.
So for Christmas stencils for me, I just have the one Christmas stencil, and it's just it's an old like Ford truck, and it says Merry Christmas and has a Christmas tree in the back of it, and it's really cute. You can get it at on the website, and there's a picture of it on there. We'll get some demos here done pretty soon.
All right, so
why don't you do one of those and then do like a flower or something?
Okay, I'll do one and then a flower.
So these are really cool because the resin is like a chemical reaction, right? So you can't really do it with kids. And Jamie, are you going to carry the crayons? Yes, we are getting on that this week. We'll let you know as soon as we have them. So the resin, you actually probably have too much in that. The resin is a chemical reaction. You have to wait for it to set up. It can't do a 90 degree. And the cool thing about the paper clay is it will crack. Can you guys see in the space that there's a crack? So as it dries, it cracks. But once it's dry and painted, once it's painted, like this is not coming off. This is like hardcore. So the paper clay is really fun.
So I got a little bit too much. I watched him do it, but I wanted to practice a little here on a live video.
So what you're gonna do once you get it in there, you kind of want it to be even. You can use a brayer if you have it to even it out. That helps. And then you're gonna take it and you're just gonna pull on the edges of it to make it clean. So you're just pulling against the edges. And he did pretty good. There's not too much excess. I mean, it's okay if it's not perfect, but the cleaner you get your impression, the better. So you just push on the edges and it gets in all the details.
And you don't want to leave this sitting out. It will dry out on you pretty quick. You want to keep it in a Ziploc bag, maybe even double baggy it if you can.
And you can even wrap it, if you're still working with it, in a damp paper towel. You don't want super wet because then it will never dry. And that will help keep it from setting it. The cool thing is that the old paper clay used to be really wet, took forever to dry, and this is not the case. I feel like it's much easier to work with. Okay. We're not gonna get this perfect. Okay, now I've got that on there. Let me just roll it so it's smooth. It actually doesn't have to be perfect. I'm gonna show you guys. So what you're gonna do is you're going to take the mold,
lay it on something flat.
You're gonna lay it on something flat, and then you're gonna peel back, putting the pressure on this side of the mold, not on the design, and then be gentle with the actual design, because remember, it's still just wet paper clay. It's not dry yet. All right.
Aww.
Hold on.
Hold on, I'm gonna peel this for you.
And if you're gonna do a lot of these, you'll want a few boxes of paper clay. But there you go. So what we did in class is we made the mirror images of these in resin, and before the resin was set up, we put string. I lost mine, but we put string on the backside and mushed them together. There you go.
It's got a lot of detail. The cool thing about the paper clay, so I've just got like a little sample jar of DIY. Check that out. If you've got something you want to put it on, as it dries, you can glue it right now while it's wet. The glue will dry with the paper clay. Just wood glue works really well.
And if you're going to be using a vertical surface like this, what you would do is you would just take a little bit of painter's tape and hold it up with the painter's tape ever so like gently, just to hold it in place while it has the glue. And you just use, like you said, just wood glue. Nothing special. And when you put the wood glue on, you're going to want to put an even thin coat all the way around the edge, maybe even possibly going over the edge, just because you want lots of glue and you don't want a space between the piece and your piece. Now here's another thing that's important, because I want to make sure you guys get this. I actually did pretty good not to have any gap, but if you get a gap, because it shrinks when it dries, just take paint, especially the clay paint because it's thick, and shove it under the edges, and that will fill in any gap. Or if it's already hardened, you can also use like a lightweight spackle and just fill in that, just because it looks more authentic, like this one, if there's no like crack between the piece of furniture or the decor item and that. And it's very quick and easy. So I do have to say the paper clay, if you're not into exact science, the paper clay is pretty easy. The resin, you need to be exact.
If you're making a lot of things, the resin is much quicker and easier to do, because you can just measure out a bunch and pour and done.
But the paper clay is not impermeable until you paint it and seal it.
Yeah.
Once that dries, it is stuck to your furniture. It is not coming off, just like the resin. So, okay, so we showed them that.
Let's show them the stamp.
Okay.
We're still waiting on that to
I'm gonna
dry.
get some plates too. We can get started stamping the roses on here. We'll start showing you the different stamps that we have. How about that? You want to do that, Zip?
Yeah.
I feel like I talked a lot today.
We did a lot of talking because we had our class. We were talking to the people that put the expo on quite a bit before we went on and talked about our class. And can you guys see that board? All right, I'm gonna bring it in again so you guys can see it again here.
It's still drying. So the spots where it's darker, it's just where the paint's not dry yet.
Yeah, paint's not dry.
We have like no, we haven't even eaten a meal at home, and we've been home all day because we've been gone. I mean, we've been in Utah all day, but not home. Okay, so here's a few plates.
Okay. All right, what color do you want on the base color?
So you want to go darker, so let's do...
Hold on, where is it?
Well, weren't we going to show them the stamps?
This one.
Yeah,
This
but
is
let's
the one
show
I
them the
wanted.
other ones.
Okay. All right, so this is the one we're gonna be using. This is the Painterly Roses, and this set is actually really cool. You can really build a lot of your own designs and make them really unique. And we'll demo this set here in just a minute. We're still waiting on this to dry up just a little bit.
So I have a few questions, so let me answer them. Jenny says, have you tried their mermaid? It's so hard to get out. So just so you know, all the new IOD products are manufactured by a completely new manufacturer. So everything actually, I'm not just saying that everything is easier to use. The transfers are easier to get off. The stamps are easier to use, the molds, because everything now is made directly by IOD instead of a third party. So a lot of them have changed. What type of glue? Catherine says you're going to be using wood glue. How long to harden? To harden completely, about 24 hours, but you can glue them in about half an hour. The glue is dry enough that you could get started painting. Where do you purchase it? You can buy the paper clay, the molds, the stamps, everything at jamirayvintage.com. They're not available like directly from IOD. You have to get them from a licensed retailer like me. So, well, I guess not licensed, but an approved retailer. So, and we carry all of their products online. So I'm gonna sit down, sorry. Yeah, Jenny said she got it a year ago. Yeah, so if you bought it a year ago, it was from their previous company, but they've now switched and gone out on their own, and that's why they have so much fun stuff.
It's also why it's taking things a little longer, because these are all new designs under their same branding name that they've had. So they're getting it going, but
so we're not using all the stamps tonight, but I wanted to show you. These are the back plates. So these, can you flip it around? Can you show them what they do? These go behind knobs. So you know those old-fashioned dressers with the pretty back plates and the knobs? Instead of having a back plate, you can stamp one on and then just put the knob in front of it. So those are really fun to add some decor to your dressers. This is a letter, and it's beautiful. It's not like a love letter or anything. They said it's just like an old letter from back in the day. And the fun thing that we did with this, and we'll show you this technique in further detail. If you take DIY paint and you paint it thick, okay? Then you let it dry like halfway.
Yeah.
And then you push the stamp in, because it's like clay. You push the stamp into the paint and pull it out, and you get an impression in the paint. So that stamp right there with the words on it, we did that on our piece in our class, and it was amazing. And then once the paint dries, you can come back with like a darker wash, which is a watered down paint, go over the impression, and then it stays in the impression, and it's just beautiful. So I'm super excited about that stamp, in case you can't tell.
We're also excited about this one. This one here. All right, so I'm gonna show you the front of this, and then I'm gonna show you the back. The back was like a nice, clean, painted white piece, and then they stamped it with this stamp. So this one here is called Chippy Paint, okay? All right, now I'm gonna show you what this can do. So this was painted all white, and then they stamped that and got that, oh, that's kind of got some glare.
It's chippy, but you have control over it. So what you do, this is what I would do. You can paint the piece dark, right? Then paint it white and wet distress it. Then come back with the stamp in the same color as the base coat that's dark, and you put the chippy paint with the stamp over the top of the white paint. So you get the distressed underneath, and then it looks like the paint's chipping off, showing the underneath color, but really you've put it over the top. Like, mind blown. I have so many ideas.
They also demoed this while we were there. This one is, I mean, we're never going to have to buy old wood again if we can't find it or salvage it.
This will be perfect for plywood. So it's a barnwood stamp, and they made it totally random. They have knots you can put on it. If you follow me on social media, you saw the piece we did with the roses and the barnwood stamp, and it makes your flat wood look like barnwood. It's trompe-l'oeil, is that what it's called?
Yeah.
Trompe-l'oeil, not the stamp. The stamp is called barnwood, but the act of making something not wood look wood is trompe-l'oeil. And so that's really cool. I'm so excited about that one.
Do we have the back plates for
No,
these?
those we won't get for a few weeks, but we have the knob toppers.
And they're on pre-order too though, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so these here are designed to go on the top of knobs. When you get this set, you get 32 of these designs, and these are wooden knobs that they've painted white.
And you can layer them. Like, you can use the grain sack stripe in one color and layer the letters in another color over the top. And they have a tool called the Flexi Stamper, which we don't have yet. We won't have for a few weeks, but it is available for pre-order. You put the knob stamp in the Flexi Stamper. It's like flexible. Then you put the knob inside the Flexi Stamper, and it flexes around the outside of the knob, and you get a perfect stamp impression on the knob. You could definitely use that without the Flexi Stamper, but you're gonna get a much better impression with it. So
Yeah.
I'm super excited for those because knobs are expensive.
Well, and we'll have full DIYs on all of this once. I mean, we're excited. We just got back from the IOD training, and we were like, we gotta show everybody.
Mind blown. Well, I love the stamps because I feel like for people that are making gifts or doing this for a living, these are an investment that are going to yield results over and over and over again. They're not a single use. You can make so much money using them, and they're going to make your life, like any tool that makes your life better as a flipper.
Well, even
I'm
if
all
you're
for it.
not flipping furniture, let's say you like to make like cards around Christmas or for greeting cards or birthdays or whatever. I mean,
Yeah.
you could do all that. If you're using it in your own home, like think about how much like faux wood costs down at like Hobby Lobby. They've got all this faux wood stuff, and now you can just do that at home with a piece of pine.
And you don't even need to have wood. You can actually just paint like the cheap MDF, like that thin backer board. You could just paint that and make it look like barnwood. In fact, you know how sometimes you're working on projects and you have a piece of backer board, you take off an old piece of furniture? You can save those, cut them down, make signs out of them. I mean, I can't handle it. I'm excited. Can you guys tell? All right, Zeb is what are you grabbing, Zeb?
I gotta season it.
Oh, we're going to show you how to season the stamps if you haven't seen us do this before. So the stamps can be used as is, but it's better if you take a fine sanding block and lightly sand one direction and then sand the other direction.
So they come on these thin, flexible mounts. That's how they ship, and you can use these. Some people will get thick acrylic blocks. If you have to press down in on like any kind of detail on furniture, this will flex around that a lot better than an acrylic block. So if your surface isn't completely flat, use this because you can still get your design, you can still get your whole word layout, but
So my plan with this stamp is I'm actually going to cut all these out, and I'm never taking it off of this backer. Because this is not like you're ever going to just use this as is and put the whole thing down. You're going to use each piece individually. So eventually I will cut them all out. Now Josie says be careful when you cut them all out not to have sharp edges because she's been stabbed a time
yeah,
or two.
she's got herself. So we might want to cut those out now. Do you have scissors?
No, we don't need it. Oh yeah, we do need to cut
Because
them.
I'm going to use these
Okay,
on
I'll
this.
cut them out now.
This is probably, I mean, we got all this really cool stuff, but this, if you're into doing like,
Floral.
hold on, let me season them first.
I mean, did you guys see my shirt? Obviously, this is like my favorite.
All right, so
No, but I don't know. Maybe this one. I don't know.
so I just got, stop, you have to wait for me.
Okay.
So this is just like this is a 220. It's been heavily used, but pretty light sandpaper. When you first get your stamp out, it has this other backer here to keep your stamp clean for shipping, and you can use it as a separate flexible mount. But this here, I'm just going to take it, I'm gonna go this way, this way, this way, this way, and this is called seasoning. What this does, if you're using ink or you're using paints, it's gonna give your stamp a little bit of tooth, and that way all the rest of your stamps, they'll be able to really pick up the paint and hold it, and it just helps you get a much cleaner, nicer stamp.
Well, and you definitely want to do that before you cut up your stamp. Oh, and did I tell you, hold on, let me see, can you guys see me? Did I tell you, we filmed at training. Zeb has footage, so we are going to do a video if the footage is good from the training. So you guys didn't get to go, but it'll be like you were there. Okay, proceed. So you definitely want to sand that before you just cut it apart. Much easier to do while it's all in one piece.
Okay, so you don't want to ever sand the back of your stamp. You just want to stamp the side that you're going to be putting ink or paint on, because you want this to stay nice and clean and slick. So like if you decide not to leave yours on the flexible mount, then you can peel that off, but you don't want to sand that side because then it won't stick to like acrylic block or anything.
Only sand the side that you're going to put the paint on. We're telling you all this just because we want to make sure that if you take care of your tools, you'll be able to use them for a long time.
Okay, so I'm gonna hurry and just do one of these really quick.
This is the bigger one. Oh, you want me to cut them? Well, you start paint. Don't cut the stamp.
Yeah, I had to really that's tight. They fit a ton of stuff on here.
They want to make sure.
And I now see what they're talking about on the sharper ones.
So the way this works is these ones that look like blobs, they go down first. They're the first blob.
Okay. Can you get me paint colors out?
Yeah.
Just real light little bits on there, like not very much.
We're gonna do marquee first, if I can get it open. And we'll probably mix them. It looks best if you go dark to light, but really you can play with it and do what you want. We try not to give too many hard and fast rules because most importantly, we want you to be able to create. So here's our brayer. And when we're using paint, the brayer is like the #1 way we love to put them on our stamps.
So one thing I discovered, and we have the ink, right? We have some of the ink.
Oh yeah, we have the ink. Sorry, I was reading comments. They said poor Zeb. I know. I'm just so excited.
Poor Zeb, why?
Because I was interrupting you.
Oh, I don't care. Whatever. You guys, if you think that I don't interrupt her.
So yeah, we also have the ink, which is really great for fabric. So we will have some ink projects coming up soon, and the ink is a little bit finer detail, whereas the paint is a little bit looser because it's a thicker product. The thing that's important about your paint, we love to stamp with a DIY paint for a myriad of reasons. One of them being that the DIY paint, even if you don't get it washed off right away, if you just let it soak in warm soapy water, you can get it off your stamps. If you use a paint with an acrylic base or like acrylic craft paint with your stamps, that's fine, but know that you're gonna wanna wash them fairly quickly and use a scrub brush and be gentle with it. But if you wait too long, it's gonna be a little bit more difficult. And I'm not gonna lie, after I use my stamps for a while, sometimes they get a little bit, stained from what I've used them with, and I just try to get them as clean as possible.
All right, I'm cutting out.
I like to use my products. I don't worry about them staying spotless.
All right, I'm going to cut out one more, and then I'm going to show them.
Okay. And
so you got your colors? You got your colors
I
out?
got the first color.
All right.
And then we like to do the leaves last.
So I need that one, and then.
Oh, where's petticoat? Oh, I got to open petticoat pink.
You got to go get another color. One more
No,
color.
I got petticoat pink. It's right here.
Oh, okay.
Petticoat pink right here. So we're using cowgirl coral.
Sorry if you guys are just
pink.
watching down here. You know, it's the hand show tonight.
Look at our hands.
I just want you to be able to see what we're doing, and when we do these live videos, I don't have a bunch of camera angles set up.
If we were doing an edited video, then it would be more precise, but this is exciting.
Okay, so I'm going down with the first color.
No. Red. I want red first.
Oh, Jamie wants red first. We're gonna go a little bit reverse.
Yeah, so a lot of times I just have when I'm doing a lot of products, somebody asked about what?
Do we have more than one brayer?
No, but it's okay. We want to mix the colors. It's fine.
Okay.
Because flowers are mixed. A lot of times when I'm doing a lot of like projects, I have a sink full of water, and when I'm done, I just throw in the water and then I get it in and out. And that's how I do it.
Okay, so going on with the brayer. This is meant to be kind of like a messy looking blob. That's what you want.
Yeah, with the stamps, you do sand lightly, and you are using fine sandpaper, not coarse.
Okay, so now I got it on. I'm gonna put firm detail. I'm not smudging it around. Peel up. Okay.
Now we have a blob, yay!
Should I do a couple this size?
Yeah, do a few. If you want to give me the scissors, I'll cut you out some other ones.
Yep.
And then we'll go to the next color. I'll cut out another blob.
All right, so I'm gonna do another one. I rotated it so that it's not gonna look quite the same.
And you can mix in like yellows and greens because in nature, they're not perfect. These have sharp edges, so let me.
Yeah, I've got some sharp edges on mine. I'm
gonna worry about it later. There's another blob.
Yeah, I was having to trim and I'm like, yeah, you know what, let's just show them. And you want your flowers in nature, unless you're doing like a specific scene, they kind of grow close together. So I'm not spacing these out crazy. That was one thing I learned a lot. Like the IOD sisters have great layout tips.
Yeah, they said, and I believe it, they said the biggest mistake people make is people space their stamps out too far. And we're gonna go kind of up, so do a big one here, and then another
Do I have
one.
a big one?
Yeah, I did
All
a
right.
big blob right there. And then do another little one next to it.
Okay.
And then
All
we
right.
might do some more
So
over
like
here.
right here?
Yeah. And then do a little blob. Big blob, little blob. Blob, blob, blob.
Okay.
Are these cabbage roses? I would say
Wait
yes.
for it. Wait for it right here.
No. Over there.
Or down?
Right there.
A little
that.
farther?
Yep. Right, that's perfect.
Okay.
Because we need to leave room for greenery.
Okay, you're right.
What? I'm right?
You're always right. What are you talking about?
All right. What you talking about? All right, now we're gonna layer on the cowgirl coral.
Okay, we're going to not worry much about mixing our colors because that's what we do. We're color blenders.
Yeah, and flowers are blend, and it gives you a pretty rose color. When you mix cowgirl coral and the marquee, you get a really pretty rose color.
So I'm gonna go.
No, big one. This one.
You want to do the big one over these? It's too big.
Okay.
These ones go. This is for like this
size. What did you drop on the floor?
Oh,
I got it face down. Good thing DIY washes.
No, it's fine.
Great. Well, I think.
All right, I got it.
But she said do it off center.
Yeah. All right.
But
So
I think
this.
you could totally put this one on there.
Yeah, I might worry about it later though.
Okay.
You do your project, I'll do mine.
All
right, so I'm not really worrying about how I'm getting this off the blob. Flowers are very organic. Okay. And we'll bring you in close so you guys can see close when we're done. All right, you can kind of see that there. I'm gonna put another one on here.
What did I just drop?
I'm gonna do one right here like that. Okay. And then I've got two more small ones, so I'm gonna just keep going with this one here. This is what we're calling freestyle because you just take it and go by hand.
Well, and here's an, so you can do this one in one color and then layer this one. It's all about layering. All right.
So we were watching them do this in class, watching this come together, and they like made this really intricate, almost looked like a painting on the piece in a matter of minutes.
And you know what's it's funny is that we have never actually done this before, so we've just watched.
We watched it be demoed, but you know, I've stamped. I can stamp. I got some really good tips from them though, so we're gonna share those with you guys. This is a little bit bigger flower, so I'm gonna come over here and give it one of those. Okay. So it's all about just like building your layers. Where's our next layer?
Okay, so
oh, I have this little one. I want to do this in
pink.
the pink color. Where are we out of plates?
You can just put this over the top of that.
Okay.
This is petticoat pink.
Petticoat pink, which is a light pink. That's a lot of paint.
Offload.
Yeah.
Okay, offload there.
And I'm gonna get some acrylic blocks and make them out. We might have them on the website just for like doing this sort of thing instead of plates, so that we can get them reusable. I just haven't had time to make them yet.
I don't know if that's gonna be enough difference. You really muddied the colors. You want some more pink on that?
You muddied the colors. You're the one that said just mix them. Just mix them. It'll be okay. All right. Okay, and this is gonna go over here. I got a little smudgy on that one. Whoops.
Does it look different enough in the color?
It's got a little, once it dries, I think it will. But we'll bring them in close so they can really see it.
I'm gonna get another plate.
So I think this is why they went with the red last, because you can see the red on top really well. Jamie went opposite of what the IOD sisters did on her color scheme.
Oh, well. I thought we were supposed to go darker first.
No, it was light.
Oh, well, you can do...
I'll show you with a light color first in just a sec so you guys can see the contrast. But you getting the idea.
Okay, do a light one first.
Hang on, I'm gonna go. So this is the same one that I used on the smaller ones. For this bigger area, I'm just gonna come in here and... Okay, so now real quick, hang on, where's the stuff, Jamie?
I'm just washing this one off. So do a light one on this one. Okay.
It's still gonna be a little muddied, but you'll be able to see the contrast on the camera a lot better. Are people saying anything? I feel like we've been this top down.
Briar Creek said she just applied to be a DIY retailer. Whoop-hoo!
All right.
Where are you from, Briar Creek Cottage?
Okay, so I'm gonna do a big one in the corner here.
And you might wonder why I did the green underneath. You're gonna see why in a minute. We gotta let these dry.
Okay. Here, you got that towel? Let me see that. All right, I need
I glue wine cords to the back of my stamps for handles. That's smart.
Nice. Okay.
We don't drink wine, but I bet we can find some friends that do.
I need another plate or something.
What do you need, red?
No, this color here.
Oh, you're gonna do that over the
They
top?
they went the opposite direction you went with your colors, your color scheme when they were demoing it.
I swear they said they went light to dark. Maybe I was talking to Debbie.
They did go light to dark. You had me go dark to light.
Well, you know, things happen.
It's okay. We're the show that shows them what not to do. Okay.
Let's see. Sorry.
Jamie's distracted. She's
Sorry,
reading
no,
comments.
we had a comment that we should not have, and so I'm taking it away.
Oh, Caitlin's at a concert tonight. She can't monitor.
Yeah, our Caitlin's gone. Will you send corks? We'll send you corks. Sure. Oh, Briar Creek says they're in Michigan. That's awesome. I know people in Michigan love it. Will DIY ever come to Australia? DIY just made it into Canada, so there's a huge
It's like a lot of red tape to go through.
effort to get it to go there. And DIY, even though we have 250 retailers, it's still a very small company in the grand scheme of things. So as it grows, I am sure that it will make its way across the world because it is very popular. Okay, now we're gonna go in with the red over the top. Oh yeah, that's a better option. You're so smart. Oh, yeah. I was
Okay.
wrong.
I will come show you guys close what we've been doing. So you can see that one. You can do whatever color you want. You can do these in like greens and blacks and purples or whatever.
Did I pick up an extra plate for the, oh, you used the extra plate that I have.
So we're gonna do a green. We're gonna do some leafing in there now.
This is the last plastic plate in the dishwasher, Zeb.
Uh-oh.
So there's that. All right, so we're gonna do green on the leaves.
Coming back down.
And really you can make it do like whatever you want it to do. And the cool thing, the reason why we're stamping this like this is because I think it would be really fun to put a word in the middle. We won't do that tonight because...
Yeah, we won't have time in the live video.
Well, mostly because I'm tired and you're tired.
Well, we've already been live 51 minutes, guys.
That's a long live. Okay.
Yeah, we usually try to hit right around 45, so bonus footage.
Okay, so let's add some leaves. But we got to get that dry enough that I can do a... Don't do leaves over here because I want this to dry because I want to show them using the distress stamp over the top.
Okay. In the same apothecary color.
DIY in southern Utah. No, I'm as southern as it gets here in Utah for a DIY. Do we want to do this? And we can do a leaf there.
Okay. Where do you want the leaves to be
The
at?
good news is we ship it everywhere.
Is this the bottom? Do you want the leaves to be like...
Put the leaf wherever you want. It's cool.
All right.
When do we rest? On Sunday.
I'm surprised you didn't cut these out. Like, why are you peeling these?
Oh, I don't know. Because I'm tired. Sorry.
This is the point in the live where Jamie just does her own thing and pretends like the camera's not on.
Yeah. Let me hide user on this channel. Okay.
Okay.
And then this one. Okay, new here. Can I hang out with us?
We were just at an expo today.
If we do an event, I don't know you, Ben, but we can hang out every Saturday night while we are live on YouTube. Can I buy your stuff? Yes, you can go to jamirayvintage.com. And the last question is, do we have jobs?
This
You're
is our
looking
job.
at it. Making YouTube videos, shipping paint, and flipping furniture. That is what we do. Okay.
Okay, do you have another one?
Hold on, I have to hide another user. Sorry, I'm multitasking. Luckily, that one actually didn't go through. Yeah, Caitlin isn't here.
So I'm just kind of, I'm not even using this whole stamp. Half of this stamp is off the board.
All right, sorry guys, I deleted everybody from all the comments from React to stuff. They should be gone now. Yeah, it is the best job ever, and we get to spend every day with each other, which is really fun. So I told you not to do that one. Oh well. Sorry, they'll dry quick. Well, yeah, because I was gonna do the distress stamp. It's okay.
You can still go over these green leaves.
Well, yeah, but I want them to be dry. This is getting so pretty adding the leaves on there. We'll show them up close here in a second.
Oh, I see what you're talking about.
Oh, somebody says, hi there, I'm Taiwanese. That's awesome because Taiwan is where one of the factories is for IOD that makes some of our stuff. Thanks, Paula, for doing that. All right. Oh, Ben, this is America. Get a real job. Hide user on channel. People are funny. Okay, got that. All right, let's show them up close. Did you get this wet in the middle somehow?
No, it just didn't dry, and it's looking real dark compared to everything else that is mostly dry. All right, so I think these are, I put this on thin enough. We'll have to wash all this, but the DIY comes off pretty easily.
Oh, Dynamite Gamer 75 says, what are we making? We are making a sign, actually. So what we'll do is we'll continue stamping this, and I'll put this in community so you can see it. But we're going to show you one more step, and then we'll be done. The next step is we're going to be using the distressed stamp to make these flowers look distressed. And then we'll probably wind up putting some sort of a saying on here, whether with stencils or stamps, and then we'll frame it out, and it'll be a pretty sign. But you get the idea. You could do this on a dresser drawer if you wanted a floral dresser. It'd be real pretty up the side of a dresser or on a nightstand.
My favorite thing about this is your flowers won't look like anybody else's. They will be completely unique to whatever you did. All right, where's the, you're doing the distress?
Hey, Debbie's on here. She's an hour late. Debbie, I miss you.
She's an hour late.
We love you. All right, now that we've got these, can you guys see? So Zeb is right, although I don't mind it when it's like light to dark. So this side on the right where my fingers are wiggling, this one we started out dark and went to light. And then this one, we started out light and went to dark. And you just layer the stamps on, starting with the blobs first. I don't know which other way to describe them. And then you layer on the details, and then you can do the leaves. And you can actually take these leaves, and you can put like the queen bee or the cake batter in them, make them a little yellow, make them look more natural. So that's really fun. Everybody's saying hi to Debbie. Hi, Jamie. She must be using voice text because she put an E on the end of my name.
Or auto-corrected because it'll do
Oh,
that.
heavens to Betsy. The people come out, an hour is too long. Hide user on this channel. Okay.
All right, so we got, this is the distress. Want to just make sure, where'd that thing go? Yep, so this is the distress stamp. I am leaving the whole thing on this flexible mount.
Hey Debbie, I just added you as a moderator. So if you're stay on this live, I don't know if you're busy or not, but if you stay on it, if you see anybody trolling, you now have the power to delete comments.
I'm gonna watch this real quick.
Because people, now that we've been on an hour, people are starting to come out of the woodworks here. So, yeah. I know Debbie and I had so much fun playing together at IOD, and it was actually kind of fun because Debbie and I both got done a month ago with Deb. We were at boot camp, and it was fun to just be part of the training and not be in charge. So we just got to play and do all the fun things. Yeah, you could definitely, I think that what IOD does best is they make products that allow you to be artistic and creative, even if you don't have what somebody might consider a traditional artistic ability, you know? Because I don't know that I could paint these roses by hand, but I can definitely stamp them. And I love that because one of the things that Sally said was that God is the creator and he created us to create. And there's something to be said for creating, whether you're painting furniture or making artwork. Sorry, Zeb's getting this other stamp ready. And this IOD, these sisters have made these products so that way everybody can create. And you can get as creative and fancy as you want, or you can keep it basic. And they're just really user-friendly. So we're gonna come out with some amazing videos here in the next few weeks using all of these new stamps so that way you guys can really get comfortable with them. And then I would love to see what you guys create. So if you haven't already joined the Jami Ray Vintage Facebook group, I would love for you to request to join so that way we can see what you guys do when you get your stamps and your stencils.
All right, guys. Sorry, that was a lot
Debbie's
of...
stamping next week too. She said she bought a piece today. Debbie, where'd you buy your piece at? And Kathy says it almost matches my shirt, which is true. I love anything floral. So one of the things the sisters asked, like, what do you want? What products you want us to come out with? I'm like, just keep bringing out the floral. And all of their new fall transfers are all floral too. So this is what we're doing. We've got this distress stamp. Zeb, you seasoned it?
Yep, seasoned.
We've seasoned it. And we're gonna put paint on it. And we're going to make these roses look distressed without sanding.
It is the same, it's the Apothecary. It's the same base color. Oops, I got a little over the edge.
Debbie went to Kobe's swap meet. I thought Kobe's was only open on Sunday. I'm planning on going to California in January, so we're gonna have to go to Kobe's together, Debbie.
So this one here is meant to be used as the whole block. You don't want to necessarily put all of this distress all on in one specific spot.
And we're going to show you how to make it look random instead of, you don't want to use the whole thing.
And you don't even necessarily need to load up your whole piece. So I'm not even going to put this on square. We're going to put this on kind of like that there. Tickle it, Jamie.
You just tickle it. You don't want it to touch everywhere, so you don't apply even pressure.
That was weak tickling. What are you doing? You got totally distracted and went halfway.
I got distracted. She said Saturday and Sunday we can go make a video together. I got to get my ticket so I can go to Kobe's. Ooh, that looks good.
All right, so the paint is a little darker because it's not dry. But when it dries out, right here where you can see this darkness over the pink, that will show like it's coming through this and it'll make it look really distressed. Let me see if I can get it dried out before we go here.
So Dinah says Apothecary on Apothecary. This is actually Farm Fresh, which is a...
Oh, this is Farm Fresh?
Yes, it's not Apothecary.
Oh, sorry.
Farm Fresh is a deeper, more duck-egg color, but it's in the same family as Apothecary. So Apothecary is like a lighter, more green version. Farm Fresh is a darker, more blue version. Both colors are gorgeous, definitely farmhouse inspired. Let's use the stamp on the other side too.
Okay, I'll do it real quick.
We'll put the thing down, and then
I'm just while I'm not showing the project because you know you guys have been looking at that.
Is it juicy? So when we're doing stamping and we tell you to make it juicy or not juicy, it just means the amount of paint. So when we're stamping in this application, you don't want it to be too juicy because you want to really get a good impression. But when you're stamping with like an ink on fabric, you want to make it juicy because that fabric will soak up that ink. Pretty good.
Or like a raw wood.
She says, are we going to use the barnwood stamp?
Not yet.
No. Debbie, we've been here for like an hour, girl. We're tired. All right, hold on.
Okay.
Hold on, we got to move the camera. Do. I'm moving it. I'm not good at this.
You have to unscrew it the other way.
Unscrew what?
There you go.
Oh,
all right.
There you go.
Okay, maybe one of these days we'll have like a how to operate the camera equipment 101.
Yeah, we'll take a lesson from me. So he's tickling the stamp. When you're using these decorative stamps, you just tickle it because you don't want like a solid stamping. You just want a little tickle.
That's it. That's all I'm doing. Okay.
And there we go. So it makes the stamp that you've done look distressed. Is this one drier now?
Yep.
Can you guys see that? See how the stamp looks distressed? What I like is that sometimes when you distress, you don't have control, and these stamps really let you have control over it, and that's really fun.
Get
All right,
a GoPro
guys.
for our videos.
The roses stamp, I can't recall off the top of my head. I think it's like the single stamps are somewhere between $25 and $26. The barnwood stamp and the letter typesetting stamp, those are 2-sheet stamps, and they're a little bit more. I think they're like $29 or $30 because they're 2 sheets. But go to jamirayvintage.com. Check out all the new IOD stamps. We have them in stock. They're ready to ship. Make sure you pick up your paper clay and the new mold that we have in stock. And definitely, if you're interested in any of the pre-order items, order them soon because that will guarantee that you'll have them. And as soon as they come in stock, we're going to have tons of fun projects with them too. And since Debbie's here, I'll give a plug. Don't forget to order your DIY paint.
Yeah, that's what we've been using. So, all right, guys.
We love you. We'll see you next week. Bye, guys. Make sure you hit the notifications button, subscribe. Give us a thumbs up.